Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, also known as Mission Impossible 7, is directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who's directed every entry since Rogue Nation. And this film follows Ethan Hunt and his IMF team as they track down a dangerous weapon before it falls into the wrong hands. It's the idea of how information could be controlled, how we as the public get our information, and if you could control that and know exactly what you were feeding to people as truth, you could change the world for the worse or for the better. And in the case of this rogue AI in the film, it's probably going to be for the worse. So this is very timely. We've got a lot of conversations about AI right now. We don't really know what it is, what it could do for us or against us. When we were kids, it was like Terminator, and now it's like, no, it's information. It's also art, how art is created and how AI fits into that or doesn't fit into that. Dead Reckoning has a lot to live up to because Fallout, I think, is one of the best action films ever made. I think it's right up there with a Casino Royale or a Mad Max Fury Road. It's just truly incredible. Everything about Fallout worked for me. And I love the Mission Impossible franchise. In fact, after seeing this film, if Dead Reckoning Part 2 is a home run, I'm ready to say that Mission Impossible is my favorite film franchise, period. These films just keep delivering. Dead Reckoning Part 1 is a series of increasingly exciting set pieces filled with jaw-dropping stunts, as you would expect, but are nevertheless exhilarating. Tom Cruise, once again, is throwing himself into incredible set pieces that are very entertaining. The man is dedicated to making sure that an audience gets their money's worth when they pay for a ticket. These movies really do feel like a reason to go to the theater. I mean, I don't need a reason. I'll go to the theater for any movie. But for the general public who doesn't love the theater like I do, this is a reason to go pay for a ticket. This is why movie theaters exist. To see gigantic, entertaining set pieces like this, filled with characters that are very well fleshed out. Christopher McQuarrie has never backed away from writing a really damn good movie when it comes to these. Because these could just be a series of action set pieces that are well constructed, and we could sit back and enjoy that. But the mission movies give you that enthralling action, along with espionage, suspense, and great characters, and a story that feels like stakes involve everyone. And even though I do think Fallout is a better movie, I think Fallout's better paced. It's about 20 minutes shorter. I think Fallout has more impressive action sequences. Dead Reckoning does something different in that it's not about a guy who's got his finger on a nuclear warhead. It's about a system that could destroy how the public receives information, which could cause mass chaos and death, but it's also capable of operating warheads or missiles and all kinds of things that could potentially happen if you had a rogue AI program. And what's interesting is that if this exact plot was in like a 90s movie, I might think it was kind of cheesy. But now watching it, I was like, I kind of buy that. Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, and Rebecca Ferguson have remained incredibly reliable actors in the films that they've been in. Ving Rhames since the beginning in '96, and they're great in the movie. But Hayley Atwell, who's a new addition, I thought was just phenomenal. She is so entertaining and has magnetic, like explosive chemistry with Tom Cruise in the movie. They work extremely well together. And I loved what they did with her character. I won't get into any spoilers, but it's never been done in a mission movie, her arc. I've never seen that happen, and I think they did such a great job with that. Vanessa Kirby is back too. Very, very good. One of my favorite actors and characters from the first Mission movie was Henry Czerny as Kittredge, who returns in this movie and has a few callbacks. He's got a very intense scene early on with Cruise that was reminiscent of the scene in that aquarium restaurant in the first one. There's actually quite a bit of callbacks to the Brian De Palma feel of Mission Impossible. There's a lot of Dutch angles this time around, which is something that De Palma did a bit in the first Mission movie. And this movie also relies a little more on suspense. There are, of course, magnificent action set pieces, car chases, running chases, trains, fight scene in a cramped alley. I mean, there's just so much that's going on in the film. It's almost it's hard to even remember because there were just so many amazing things. It's got an opening that was like Crimson Tide and Hunt for Red October and all of these great old-fashioned 90s submarine movies that just made me so happy to see. And it's a gutsy move to admit at the start that your film will not be complete by calling it a part one and informing the audience that it's a part one. And I appreciate knowing that going in. Like when I saw Fast X and it had the ending that it did, I was like, okay, so I guess I gotta watch another one now. But when you go into Dead Reckoning Part 1, you know, all right, so we're gonna get a movie that might still have some threads to be completed. But the movie is very satisfying. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, I gotta wait however long. It feels like you've got a complete enough experience, but you feel like you're just kind of on the hook in a very good way. I don't think it's quite as good as Fallout, but it is a phenomenal action movie with great characters, incredible action scenes, a really good script, an interesting villain, great banter, great chemistry. It, once again, is an incredibly entertaining movie. 7 movies deep into this franchise. It has been entertaining me since I was a child. That's just truly incredible, guys. So please, yeah, go to the theater and see this one for sure. This one's got to be seen on the biggest screen you can find. I also want to give a really big thank you to the support we've received in regards to the post-production of my film Shelby Oaks. I've talked about in a few videos how we came up to a roadblock when it came to funds for VFX, finishing certain shots that are way more expensive than I ever thought they would be. You guys have really showed up and just been such a massive help. And I just want to thank you, truly, again, because it's been inspiring. It's really kind of energized me again for film. It's just been kind of beautiful. And I just want to, again, thank you for continuing to support the film. If you do have the ability, you can continue to support us in post-production at shelbyoaksmovie.com. We're pretty close to 100% being able to pay for every finishing VFX shot. And I'm just... You guys have helped in such a cool way, and you've made this come together. I really can't wait to share it with you. I'm just so proud of what we've been able to do, and I really hope that it inspires people in the future, in turn, the way you guys have made me feel about filmmaking. And I don't know what to say. I'm just really grateful and thankful. It just means the world to me that you guys have shown up and that you've backed me in this way, and I just can't wait to share the film with you, and thank you so much for helping and for making this a reality. Anything that can be given is going to help us finish the movie in the best way possible, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The website is shelbyoaksmovie.com. If you can support us in any fashion, it will go towards the film and it will make the film even better. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.